All right, welcome everyone to the Wednesday Afternoon Advocate News Meeting. I'm editor and publisher Chris Cobbler with my new pair of glasses. Thank you very much. And to my left with her, same pair of glasses.
New glasses too. I got mine at Christmas, or just after Christmas.
All right.
I'm Becky Cooper, managing editor.
And behind the camera.
Without glasses, but you should be wearing them. Because you're editor Thomas Martins.
We all have to give a nod to time, don't we?
Yes.
Anyway, but let us know what you think of the stories we're working on. Any suggestions you have for stories we should be working on. That's why we come on every weekday. And I'll try to speak up, Pat, because I saw Pat saying she's got to hear us over the police scanner. That's in the background. You can hear it. We kind of learn to tune it out unless we hear key words that make us think something's up. But other people hear it more than we do. But anyway, I'll try to tune in here so I can see what people are saying. There we go. I think Mary just said hello. So thank you, Mary. And Laura's watching us. All right, so type in any thoughts, any questions, any comments about the Kansas UT basketball game I went to last night.
How bad they lose?
KU did not play well. Let's put it this way: UT didn't play that well, and they won. I'm not sure about this season, but it was fun seeing the kids. And
they both went with you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Nicole and Paul were with me, so we had a good time. Got a couple of good social media photos, so we're good to go. First photo was my new glasses too.
Right.
So is this the year that the streak ends, Nick?
A very good chance of it. Very good chance they won't win the Big 12. The best hope they've got is to maybe tie, because everybody's losing a lot, but in the conference because they're beating each other up. But we'll see. We got Tech at home Saturday, and that will be a big test. We got to hold there. We haven't lost to UT in a long time. 2014 was the last time we lost to them, and that was only once, and we won a lot before that too. So that tells you how this year's a struggle. But anyway, here's our trivia question to get you warmed up. What pseudonym did Stephen King adopt in 1977? I seem to recall he wrote another book or two under a different name or something, but I couldn't begin to tell you. You know the answer?
Well, let's see.
All right.
Are you a Stephen King fan?
All right.
I could write it down for you if you want. But,
you'll get the answer before. We'll answer that at the end of the show. So think about what pseudonym did Stephen King adopt in '77?
Marilyn Manson.
RB or the initials will give you guys a clue.
RB.
I think so.
Richard Burton.
Richard Burton, you're showing your age.
Yeah.
You're gonna guess Elizabeth Taylor next, or all right. Mary said, I was going to say about the loose dogs and stray dogs I walk and worry about my safety and my grandbabies, but we have to walk, just letting you know, people endangered too. Yeah, we've had and continue to have a significant problem with loose dogs in this city. It's something that really struck me when I moved here 12 years ago, how many loose dogs there were. The longer I live here, the more they kind of become somewhat more invisible to me because you just get used to things. But if they're in your neighborhood and you got kids, I can certainly totally understand why you'd be stressed about that. Obviously the answer to that is responsible pet ownership,
right,
and not having dogs running loose. Then if animal control picks them up, then the animal control gets criticized for euthanizing them.
Yeah.
And because we don't have a policy of no-kill policy, shelter. We don't have a whole system in place. Cities have done that, where they basically work to get all dogs adopted out, but it takes a lot of doing. I mean, it's a huge community commitment to do that. But really, the only alternative, if there's a loose dog and you're worried about it, the only thing you really can do is call animal control. As far as I know, Tom, you're a dog lover. You got any other options for that?
Carry a little stick of mace or a little thing of mace, just to protect yourself. Yeah. If you're out walking or whatever.
Yeah, that would certainly stop them in their tracks, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Most dogs.
Yeah. You gotta keep your cool to use it, because the dog's getting pretty close at that point, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if it's showing its teeth, you want to.
Yeah.
Most dogs. There's a lot of aggressive dogs, but most dogs are just out bumming around. They're
not gonna come out. Most dogs.
Yeah.
I've certainly been a kid on a bike and they'll come after me for whatever reason. I don't know why they freak me out as a kid. But yeah, Mary says she sees a lot, and so far they are nice, which is the point
That's good.
you're making. For the most part, the dogs aren't looking to attack humans for the most part.
In the neighborhood I live in, man, there's a whole bunch of just little dogs that run around loose.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, they'll chase you down the street.
And some of those little dogs,
They
can be just as aggressive as any other dog, actually. And
I was really surprised at the number of just small dogs, like little wiener type dogs or chihuahuas or whatever.
The ankle biters?
Yeah, running around.
That's
That's crazy.
So when you walk your dogs, does it scare them away?
I take my dogs to the park to walk them.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, and that's a problem too, because you're walking your dog responsibly, then you got stray dogs coming at you.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with that. So.
Right.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, because that's where it's actually really bad, because then they're going to get aggressive toward each other, and suddenly you're in them trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
Anyway, appreciate that, Mary. And
we have a new neighbor or person, new family in our neighborhood, and I saw that their dog was out roaming the neighborhood the other day. I'm sure Mom let it out just so it could go do its business, and it took off. Just
took off, huh?
Yeah. So I'm sure she found him and brought him home, but haven't seen him laying dead on the side of the highway or anything.
That's good. Miranda just joined us. How are you, Miranda? And everybody, if you got any news suggestions, let us know. We've got a news tomorrow feature on the Heart Walk that's coming, Heart Stroke Walk, that is Saturday, so you still have a chance to sign up for that. We'll have a breakout on this event, information about how you can still do that. You can be part of the advocate team if you want to. We'll be out there Saturday morning on the campus. I will be. I better get to bed Friday night because it starts at 8, I think.
Is that when the walk starts or when registration starts?
I think registration's at 7:30, I think. I think the walk starts at 8. Yeah. But we're doing a feature on a man who had a quintuple heart bypass. Wow. All 5 vessels blocked. Wow. 13 years ago, and he's working out now every day since, and is doing well.
Good.
That's good. That's good.
Sign.
That's good. My older sister had some mini strokes, and she's fine now, working out and doing fine. And my 93-year-old aunt had a heart valve replaced.
93.
Hopefully, Aunt Mary's on the road to recovery now. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's old to be having that type of surgery.
Yeah, it is.
I'm sure she's a strong enough person, or they wouldn't have done it.
Right. Oh, she's tough, and the sweetest person in the world. Aunt Mary is, and makes the best apple pie in the world.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I do.
You better go visit her while she can
I'm thinking about that. I was just talking to my older sister on the drive back, who's a lot like Aunt Mary, about maybe there's a cobbler family picnic in the summer, and I might go back this year for a long weekend in June, just to see everybody. It was a big deal when we were younger, and all these people like Aunt Mary were younger than I am now, and as kids we'd all go and play that was Thanksgiving at the time, play football, and we'd rent out a Union Hall because there's so many cobblers in Topeka, and it was a great time. But now that generation is all old or gone, and it's a very different reunion now.
So it's your generation.
Yeah, but the family is kind of, it's just generations have passed on. Well, then it was my dad's generation of 11 kids, so it was them and all their kids. So it was, and that was still a ton of people. But now my dad's is not really his. It's in that generation, but it's much more splintered. It's not as tight, it seemed like to me, as it was, just because of how people move like we moved.
Well, your cousins
and second cousins,
and they they get married, they have kids. And second cousins, their kids have kids, and then you get to where you don't know them because you're not around them.
Right. Yeah, I got a lot of cousins. And second cousins, I don't know. But Aunt Mary's kids, they're my favorite cousins, so I would love to go back and see them. And Mark, and Craig. Mark does a hardcore KU fan.
Oh. So you two need to communicate during basketball season.
We do via Facebook now. It's funny what Facebook has done. But anyway, in the news, back to news. We've got a story about the water board following up on our Sunday package. It was very good on the fact that a man court-martialed is running the Bloomington Water Board. there was a meeting today. Lots of members of the public packed that meeting this
really?
room.
Good.
And I was just talking to Maureen about it. Many of the residents of Bloomington were calling for change and him to step down. The lawyers who represent the water district said they don't know if he can legally be on the board because of what does a court-martial equivalent to a felony. So they recommended the board hire somebody else to determine that legal point. It's like the water board does not have money to spend on all this stuff, but Marina's going to talk to our DA and say, well, what could you do? What could you decide? This is a question for the district attorney too, I think. So we'll see if she'll step up and offer an opinion on that.
It's interesting. There is no translation between crimes in the military
Yeah,
and in the civilian world.
yeah, but you think common sense would tell you that the law doesn't always follow common sense. That a court martial would be equivalent to a felony. I mean, it's not a small deal.
No.
Yeah.
So if you're court-martialed for killing your fellow soldier,
Yeah.
that wouldn't be equivalent to a murder in real life, in civilian life?
Yeah, but it won't carry the tag of a felony. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I won't say a felony. You can get life in military prison, which is no picnic, but
No,
it wouldn't be a
that'd
felony.
hard time.
That'd be hard.
That's real hard time.
Yeah, you're not being coddled there at all, or getting too much access to anything.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. So that story. Then we wrote a while ago about land being bought in Port O'Connor by the folks who own
The Douglas family.
the Texana and the 5D Steakhouse.
Mhm.
And I guess the news is that there's speculation it might be a convenience store, but it's going to be a steakhouse down there at Port O'Connor. So Catherine's got that business
Yeah,
story.
she has an interview at 2:00 with the sister, Brianna.
Okay, good.
Are they thinking there's enough population to sustain a steakhouse in Port O'Connor?
Well, I don't know. Seasonally, there definitely is, but that'd be the question. How do you maintain that level of business?
It's a good steakhouse. I don't know if y'all have ever been over to Yorktown.
I'm not, but I'd
It's a
like to
good
go down
steakhouse.
there. Go down closer. Port O'Connor, probably be 45-minute drive maybe now from here.
I thought it was an hour.
Yeah, it might be an hour. It depends on what side
I guess
of Port O'Connor.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
You go all the way through town.
All the way through town. Yeah. Well, it's probably a 45-minute drive to Yorktown from here.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so.
And that's on the other side of Yorktown.
Yeah. And in environmental news, Jessica Priest is working on a story about the state fining INEOS $15,802. See, that's my glasses aren't helping me too much with that.
You'll get used to it.
All right, so they say. I'm like thinking, what is this? Anyway, we've got our regional roundup. Robbie's doing. Catherine's working also on a story about a mobile cigar lounge in Victoria. I don't know exactly what that means. We were talking before it came on, but I guess it'll go around, park outside the bars and
Different events, and you can go out there and buy your cigar and
your
sit
Primo cigars
and sit there and smoke it. So I asked her if they rolled cigars for you, and she said no.
I always just wondered if Victoria's really a cigar town,
And I think there's a section of people who like to sit and smoke cigars.
I don't know if that's the bar crowd though.
Yeah, I don't know. It's supposedly some kind of more upper end cigars supposedly.
Yeah.
I don't know where you go outside the moonshine. Where do you go to find that clientele? And I guess if I were gonna smoke a cigar, which I'm not, I'd go on my back patio. I don't know, and sip brandy. Is
Exactly.
I need a cigar.
There used to be a cigar club here in town.
Yeah.
They used to write a column for us.
Really?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we had a cigar club column. We need to get that back.
I think one of the person who was writing it, I think he either moved or got tired of writing it or something. I don't remember. I think Jennifer lined it up for us. It was in our Get Out, I think, years ago.
Oh yeah. It got snuffed out though, huh?
Yes, no.
All right. Extinguished. We got a little bit more time on we're still getting good photo contributions to Life on the Farm. Appreciate all the submissions for that. I think the next one, although I have a good idea about haircuts, I like that, but I think we should do prom next, or when are most of the proms?
Most of them are in March and April.
Yeah. So maybe that is too soon, because we hit February.
There's probably a couple near the end of February, but most of them are in March.
Maybe we can do that in March and April. Actually, maybe we should do the haircut one next, and then do prom. What do you think?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
Because the prom would have to span over several months if he did it now.
Yeah. When's our farm photo contest supposed to end?
I don't remember.
Mid-February, maybe.
So maybe it's a little soon.
Maybe we can throw the sweetheart picture in there. Yeah, because that's around Valentine's people.
We don't need a new contest. I'm just saying we don't need another in between. I'm just saying I want to move a nice transition from the farm one, which is getting good response, to the next one.
Okay.
That's all, and time it that way.
A couple of really good photos of the farm one.
Yeah. And we're going to be running soon, for those who want to know, the winner of our Hotel California essay contest. We're planning that to be the Sunday before the concert, which is February 15th, the Don Felder concert. When we've got some good submissions for that, we just need to come up with a good art concept for Your Life.
So we have to get that on the page next week then.
Yeah, so I just wanted to get moving on that.
There was a good one last night. I don't know about the Liberace one.
Yeah, Liberace. And there have been several really entertaining ones, both good and bad.
Yeah.
And that was the idea, good and bad hotel stays.
Yeah.
And let's see, Amber's working on a story about is it Dolly School?
Dolly. Yeah.
Dolly School in Cuero, which is going to be turned into community center.
Yeah, the update is that a nonprofit from Abilene recently came to Cuero and picked up the remaining furniture, chairs, and desks, things like that. And they're going to donate them to schools in Mexico and Africa. So we finally got a hold of everybody we need to talk to for that.
All right, good. And we got livestock shows, mutton busting registrations.
Yeah, it starts
coming up.
Friday. We held that from yesterday.
That's the registration.
The registration, yeah.
What's the day of the show now? Testing.
February 25th.
All right.
Starts the 25th and goes through, no, that's not right. 28th. What's a Thursday? It's the 28th, yeah.
I believe you.
February 28th it starts. But the parade is 2 weeks before the show. It's like the parade is the 9th,
Mm-hmm.
no, the 16th, excuse me. And then the 23rd is something else. But they had to have the parade 2 weeks instead of a week early because of the cancer run downtown.
Okay.
So
Then Get Out, our entertainment section is tomorrow. We're doing a story. Schrader Hall is a hot rod show. Is that what it's called?
right, yeah.
Okay. And a local pinup or a local car store.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I haven't read that one yet.
Tony read it, so I need to
Okay. Follow up.
make sure everything's ready.
Don Posey just joined us. How's it going, Don? Hope you're doing well. Of course, we have all our regular Get Out things, gamer column, our movie reviews for Joe Fryer. I'm not sure what he's got on tap this week. I saw Green Book. It was okay. It's not Best Picture to me. We saw that Sunday. I don't know. It's a weak lineup for Best Picture. Tony could elaborate, sure.
He gave us an earful in the whatever movie he saw this
Oh
weekend.
man, Serenity.
Yeah.
He's not like that movie.
He said you probably would since he didn't like it.
I didn't go see it. He got bad reviews. Joe Fryer panned it. I'm not going to go to a movie that
Yeah.
Joe Fryer pans. I know better than that. That's why.
That's exactly what I told Tony. Joe Fryer panned it. He goes, yeah.
Joe saves. That's another way the Advocate saves you money. Read Joe Fryer's reviews, and you don't have to waste your money on a bad movie. That's what I say. Not that you have to agree with them 100%, but you can get a pretty good feel for if you're gonna like a movie from reading a review. I think, even if the reviewer likes or doesn't like it. Then in sports, Mike's got his column on the Ford Tough Award. I'm not sure which athlete he's featuring there.
He's already written about Jordan, right?
Yeah, I thought so. And
It's probably about Jordan again.
probably.
Well, because I had downloaded a video for him.
Okay. Then
He said we didn't have enough time to write a really good story from Saturday night.
okay. I don't see the State Digest on the budget yet, but I know there's a execution scheduled tonight. State
3
has.
decades that's been going on.
Yeah, he's 3 decades of appeals and whatever else. That's definitely justice delayed. That's
Who was the judge?
expensive. I think he
Cop
killed a
killer.
killed a police officer more than 3 decades ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mm.
And we need a poll question, so if everybody's got something they want to ask, we've been asking about fast food lately. Got any other questions you want to know from our audience? Might be good to ask if you know someone who's been affected by heart disease.
That's what I was gonna suggest.
Yeah, let's type that in there. Do you have you or someone you know been affected? Or someone you know been affected by heart disease? Heart disease or stroke? Is that separate? Heart disease.
I think heart disease helps bring on strokes, but
Yeah. Yes, no. Okay, that's a good question. So there'll be a lot of awareness raised with the Heart Stroke Walk Saturday, and nationally, anything big out there? When I was watching the national news this morning, there wasn't too much going on.
the deep freeze on the East Coast.
Yeah, it's cold everywhere else. It's not warm here, but it's not as cold as all that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and of course the Mueller investigation and.
Was there anything new? I don't
No.
know. No. All right. Whatever the market's doing today. But to answer our trivia question, what pseudonym did Stephen King adopt in 1977?
Memory serves me right, it's Richard Bachman.
It is Richard Bachman. Woo!
Wow.
King penned several novels under Bachman's name, and he continued to use it occasionally even after The Secret came out in 1985. I guess he wanted to see how they did without his name attached to him, or what?
One of his
So he was
one
already a
of the-
success as Stephen King, and then he changed his name.
One of the books he wrote is Richard Bachman's one of my favorite books of his, called The Long Walk, I think.
Oh yeah, wow, good for you.
Yeah.
Wow. So that's 2 for you this week.
Nice, nice.
You're on a roll.
I like Bachman and Turner Overdrive.
Yeah.
That's-
But didn't the lady who writes all the Harry Potter books, didn't she try a pseudonym and she got,
J.K. Rowling.
yeah, didn't she get found out pretty quick?
Yeah, I don't think it lasted very long.
Like one book, maybe?
Yeah,
Today it would be hard to do that, I think.
yeah.
I think it would be really hard to do.
Somebody tweet it right away.
Somebody would break the confidence.
Right. All right. Well, if you have any news tips, questions, comments, whatever, give us a call. We'll be here all the time, right,
I'll
Becky?
be here till 11 o'clock.
All right. Call us at 574-1222. Peace out.